Welcome back, guys. We'll recap the action. Day 2 at TBILISI Grand Slam. Another fabulous day, some awesome stuff. Great judo, especially from HASHIMOTO and SHAVDATUASHVILI at under 73. Those guys really put on a great performance. I've got another video on Hashimoto looking at all of his contests in a little bit more detail, so go check that one out if you want, but we'll just have a look at some of his highlights now. You've already seen the one-handed sodes, the Seo Yotoshis. He ended up losing to Galstian in the semi-final. Now, I don't know who Galstian is, and I think Hashimoto probably didn't know too much about him as well. And I think at Hashimoto's age, he probably does a lot of planning, preparing for the people that he ends up fighting against. So, gets thrown twice in this contest. Have a look at this. Gets countered here with the Kochi. And then into the bronze medal contest against Hristov, where he just continues to do what he was doing throughout most of the day. That beautiful one-handed sode. Now SHAVDATUASHVILI, he had an absolutely amazing day. It looks like the rest that he's had has done him some good. Looked really fresh on the mats. He was just attacking whenever he got his hands on people. He was really creative, just kind of one step ahead of the opposition. Any kind of transition from tachiwaza into newaza, he was just jumping all over it. Even sometimes he'd get an ippon and just still look for the newaza. He was just a real warrior out there. So this is earlier on against Green. A nice ashibarai into the newaza and then getting a juji gatame here. And so Lasha's performance, I mean, I think I might actually pick him as the favorite to win at under 73. Maybe Heidorov, maybe Lombardo, but he's definitely up there, especially with Ono out of the picture. Have a look at this. That was an absolutely wonderful sode, and then into the arm lock. You gotta have some really good awareness just to be able to lock this up, realize how your opponent's gonna defend the sode to get that going. Against Butbol here, destroyed him as well. Early Rosati, just really creative. I mean, look at that. And then in the gold medal contest against Galstian, remember Galstian took out Hashimoto, and SHAVDATUASHVILI just destroyed him. So a really spectacular performance by SHAVDATUASHVILI. Galstian though, good job by him, making it all the way to the finals. Now have a look at this Uchimata. I thought he was going to stop, but went one more time and got great lift. I mean, the arm on the belt really helps. Just keep it all nice and tight, but that's a fabulous Uchimata. So silver for Galstian, and then Butbol, he took the other one. I did talk about Hashimoto getting one of the bronze medals with a Huizinga roll here. Now I was asking on Twitter the other day, what are the names for kind of the Kato special, the Huizinga roll in Japanese, and what the Kodokan kind of defines them as. And someone gave me a really good answer. They were saying that all the techniques on the ground are kind of finished positions. So any kind of process leading to that osaekomi is going to be something kind of original and made up. And that's why we have these kind of crazy names like the Kato special, the Huizinga roll. But anyway, on to 81s. Now, Arbuzov, someone who I also didn't know. There's a lot of Russians recently just coming out of the woodworks after Corona. And he just went through 81s. Really put in some amazing techniques and just demolished a lot of people. Here he is going through Sagimuki. And Sagimuki, he's actually been looking pretty good recently. Putting in some really good attacks. I'll show you guys some of those shortly. Now, Arbuzov in the final ended up against Boltaboyev, and I do think he should have gotten Hansokomake for this. You can see the head clearly touching the tatami, but we all know that rule is a little bit silly. Great technique, have a look at it again. Off the kind of kosoto, and then spinning around with it. So very flexible to bend the trunk in that way, to lift Boltaboyev onto the hips. And then later on the contest, I mean, Boltaboyev was just trying to get something, get a wazari here with anything. Ends up getting countered and put in the osaekomi. But Boltaboyev, I gotta say, kind of surprised me. I thought he was done. He's had a lot of early exits recently. I know he's coming off a big injury, but still, this was great to see, and good to see him make all the way to the finals and get a silver medal. Now I did say I would show you guys some Sagimuki stuff, and he eventually ended up taking a bronze medal, as well as Tatalashvili. But Sagimuki, I mean, he's got to have one of the weirdest Seoi nages in the game. I mean, have a look at this one. This one, absolutely insane. He's just driving his weight completely on the arm. He must be able to generate some extreme strength from that position. Because people, I mean, they fall for it. I would think, you know, you just grab him by the belt and do sumigaishi, but people aren't doing it, so there's something about that technique that is just really, really good. Obviously, when he can, he likes to put his elbow on the outside of people's knees, which really, puts them in that position where they can't escape. So this is the score for TBILISI in his bronze medal contest. Almost got counted there. I mean, going to the knees like that. Manages to keep it low and then get a score of his own. And just one more highlight from TBILISI before we get into the women's results. Look at this Seoinage whipping around with the gi. Look at that. So on to 63 and under 70. We'll start with 63 first. Bochman winning with this drop down Seoinage. Suzy Manska, she ended up with the silver. And this is from the semi-final. Getting a nice ippon here with an okuri irijime. It's a really nice one to hit, and she's pretty ecstatic about that, making it to the finals. One of the bronze medal contests, a bit boring. Kim versus Tang, winning that one by Shido. Kim, that is, not Tang, sorry. And then the other bronze medal, Van Leishout. She ended up collecting another medal. She's just always on the podium. But this bronze medal contest, just have a watch how it went. Really exciting stuff. So Faz Liu ends up getting an early score here. And Van Leishout, I mean, she does really well. I mean, still gets a score against her name, but look at the defense. She puts her hand out there. But I definitely think this is the right score. I mean, just the way her torso is kind of rotated on the mat, even though she's so flexible in the shoulder to kind of put her hand out like that. So in the last 20 seconds, it goes to the ground, and watch Van Leishout. She ends up in this turnover. Kind of like a Kato Gaishi. Reminds me a little bit of Lip Tiliani, who we talked about the other day. Go check out that video of mine on him if you haven't seen it. So with the way the clock is ticking down here, I think by just a second or two, she gets a Wazari on the board. But still though, even if she didn't, they would have just let the clock roll. If you're in Osaikomi like this, they're not going to stop it and make you start golden score. So that's absolutely incredible by Van Leishout. On to under 70s now, and Matic and Van Dyke in the finals. How often did these two make it all the way to the finals and go home with a medal? But today it was Matic with the drop down Seoinage. The bronze medal contest, Sally Du took out Coughlin with this amazing technique. Just a really great Surigoshi. So that'll be making the top ippons video. And lastly, Bud Craig, she ended up taking a gold the last time she was out, so 2 medals and 2 outings. That'll be good points for her heading into the Olympics. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. No technical difficulties this time, so it's good to be back on the ball. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. See you later. And that was a brilliant bit of newaza.